Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. In this video, I'm going to talk about something that a lot of you have been asking about, which is how to breathe properly for those really long ayahs. You know, we listen a lot to our favorite qurra, whether it's, Shaykh al-Minshawi, Shaykh Abdul Basit Abdul Samad, Shaykh al-Tablawi, may Allah have mercy on them all, and we're always impressed, by their ability to recite long portions like 45 seconds, sometimes even a minute, in one breath. And we're always like, hey, cool, it would be really cool if I can do that. So I'll give you a tip to help you be able to breathe for a longer time. I call this video iceberg lungs. When we think of an iceberg, there's a small portion of the iceberg that's on top, floating above the surface of the water. But in reality, like the iceberg kind of like explodes out underneath and occupies a lot more volume under the water. And when it comes to our lungs, the same deal applies. Our lungs are actually a lot like this iceberg in the sense that most of the volume of the lungs is at the bottom. If we have our lungs are almost like something like this, almost like a triangular shape. Almost like a triangular shape, very little volume here and a lot of volume here. Even the way I'm drawing it, it's two-dimensional. We have it's like a triangle, but in reality, in 3D, this is a lot bigger than the small space at the top of the lungs. But when most people breathe, or if you tell someone, take a deep breath, right? And a lot of amateur qaris do this too, beginner reciters. You tell them to take a deep breath, and actually you try this right now. Go ahead and take a deep breath. You'll notice if you take a deep breath, you go like this. Your collarbone kind of goes up. Take a deep breath. Collarbone raises up. Your upper portion of the lungs is filled with air, and you're kind of like trapping the air around your neck area. And what happens, first of all, you're just kind of filling up a small portion of your lungs with air, and you're also somehow trying to like hold it in with your upper chest, almost like you're trapping it at your voice. And when you recite like that, a lot of tension comes out. It's like somebody listening can hear that you're trying to hold your breath, which isn't, something that you want to hear in a good reciter. In a good reciter, you want to hear that the voice is flowing properly and not that it's like, like trapped and strained and all that. So what you want to be doing instead is breathing with this lower part of the lungs. More volume here. And really what you want to be doing there, you may have heard the term, somebody says breathing with your stomach. Essentially, like imagine, or breathing with your diaphragm. Your diaphragm is, there's a muscle at the bottom of your lungs. Kind of like that, and then your stomach and stuff is down there. What happens when you breathe is that your diaphragm, I don't want to make it like too scientific, but essentially your diaphragm contracts and pushes downwards. So then this part of the lungs like expands downwards and outwards as well as your rib cage expand. What you want to be doing to breathe properly is to be pushing outwards. Imagine you put one hand on your chest, put another hand on your stomach. When most people breathe in or take a deep breath, they go, and this hand on their chest moves more. In reality, to be taking a deep, full breath, you need this hand that's on your stomach to be moving outwards more. So take a deep breath. Your hand on your chest stays the same. And this hand that's on your stomach is moving inwards and outwards as your stomach, as the lower part of your lungs expands and contracts. That way, you get the benefit of getting a lot more air, and at the same time, the tension, or like you're using this area of your body to hold the air in your lungs, and you're not trapping it up here. So you won't get that same tension in your voice. It's something you got to practice. So if you check out the ebook, I've actually put a few exercises you can do to try to get a better feel for doing this. That's basically what you need to be doing. In terms of, when we think of breathing long, there's like different points of control. One point of control is inhaling, and the other point of control is exhaling. So here we talk about inhaling, if you're able to inhale properly and get a full breath, this will help you a lot in your recitation. And maybe later in the future, we can talk about exercises to help you control your exhalation. But to be honest, breathing properly from your stomach will help you a lot more than thinking about how to control the release of breath while you're reciting or something. Sometimes people do this and you hear it in their voice. There's this tension, there's this strain. So focus on this and check out the ebook. If you haven't downloaded the ebook yet, www.reciteintune.com/ebook. You can download your copy of the Overnight Qari, and we have some exercises to help you figure out how to do this. One last thing, I don't know why, but I don't know if it's something like this chest breathing. I don't know if it's something we learn as we grow up, because if you notice a baby, when they're sleeping and they're breathing, or like they do this, their stomach kind of goes in and out. It's kind of cute. But somehow, as adults, somebody tells us to breathe in, and we're like, and then we're like choking as we recite. So check out the ebook and learn how to do this. Take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.